Today we are celebrating Juneteenth with Canton Township.
Signed into law by President Biden, Juneteenth is now an official American holiday. It is a memorial of the day the last people held in the bonds of slavery were freed in Galveston, Texas in 1865. Although slavery had been abolished, it took years before word of the emancipation of slaves reached Galveston. Now, as a recognized national holiday, and for the last 2 years, with the combined efforts of Canton and Jack and Jill Ypsilanti chapter, the Juneteenth celebration has been part of Liberty Fest.
Juneteenth is all about celebrating resilience,
What is Juneteenth and why is it celebrated? Shanta McMullen, president of Jack and Jill Ypsilanti chapter, explains.
A day like this is so important because it commemorates a special time in our history and an important time, and one that until recently many people weren't aware of, which is what I consider the second Independence Day of our country, where all people, citizens here, learned that they were free. Juneteenth is now a federal holiday that's officially celebrated on June 19th. And it represents a time when African Americans in Texas learned about their freedom after the Emancipation Proclamation. What's interesting is they didn't learn about their freedom until 2.5 years after they had already been emancipated. So I often tell the children now that there wasn't text messages, there wasn't the internet, they couldn't get on Facebook to learn the latest news. That news had to travel and it took a long time to get to them. So it's important to celebrate the day that the last people who had been enslaved learned of their freedom and became free 2.5 years later.
How did Jack and Jill and the Juneteenth celebration find its way to Liberty Fest?
The Ypsilanti chapter of Jack and Jill became involved because of other involvement we had in partnerships with the Canton Township, where we would work together on some of our programming that we do in developing youth. And so when the opportunity arose to have a Juneteenth celebration, they called on us to partner with so that we could bring some African American historic and cultural programming to add on to the Liberty Fest. We brought in an African dance troupe, and we also commemorated the event with singing of the African American, the Black National Anthem of our children. And they also read the actual Emancipation Proclamation in honor of that freedom.
Order and declare that all persons held as slaves within the said designated states and parts of the states are and henceforth shall be free.
While Juneteenth is traditionally an African American celebration, it is open to everyone and anyone who wanted to attend. Its purpose is to enlighten and inform people of all races and to help unify the country.
We hope to continue the collaboration with Canton and that all the citizens of Canton, not just African American citizens, learn about Juneteenth and its importance, and that we as a community celebrate the day that all people that were Americans were free. So we hope to continue with Liberty Fest with the Canton Township and do all that we can to add to the diversity of the community and to celebrate with one another, because it's not just an African American holiday, it's our nation's holiday, and it represents a very important time in our nation. And so we want to get together with everyone to continue to celebrate all those things in our history.